Hey everyone, it's your boy Dog Day here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving deep into a story that I believe every gamer, every internet user, and honestly every single person online needs to hear. This is not your usual video. There will be no jokes, no memes, no lighthearted vibes. This is a serious, detailed breakdown of one of the most tragic and preventable deaths caused by online toxicity. The story of Andrew Finch and how a $1.50 bet in Call of Duty led to an innocent father being shot and killed on his own front porch. This is the full story, the background, the consequences, the lessons, and my honest thoughts as Dog Day, as Israel, on why swatting is never just a prank and why we all need to do better. Let's start from the beginning. Take a seat, get comfortable, and really listen, because this one hits different. On December 28, 2017, in Wichita, Kansas, a 28-year-old man named Andrew Finch was living a normal life. He was a father to 2 young children. He worked hard, cared for his family, and was just an everyday, regular guy. He wasn't famous. He wasn't a streamer. He wasn't involved in any online drama. He was simply at home that evening, minding his own business. But that night, something terrifying happened. Police received an emergency call that would change everything. The caller claimed there was a hostage situation and a murder in progress at the address 1033 West McCormick in Wichita. The caller said a man had just shot his father in the head and was now holding other family members hostage at gunpoint. He described the suspect as armed and dangerous. This was the kind of call that makes police respond with full force, and that's exactly what happened. A SWAT team was dispatched. They surrounded the house. Tension was high because they believed lives were in immediate danger. Then Andrew Finch, completely unaware of what was happening or why police were at his home, stepped out onto his front porch to see what was going on. Within roughly 10 seconds, an officer fired a single shot from a sniper position. The bullet struck Andrew in the chest, hitting his heart and lung. He was rushed to the hospital, but died shortly after. An innocent man was gone, just like that. Now here is where the story becomes even more heartbreaking and infuriating. Andrew Finch had absolutely nothing to do with the reason for that 911 call. He was swatted. Someone had deliberately sent police to his address with a completely false and extreme report, and the reason behind it was shockingly petty. It all started in the online gaming world, specifically in the popular game Call of Duty World War II. 2 players, Shane Gaskill, who lived in Wichita, and Casey Viner, who was in Ohio, got into a heated argument during a match. The argument was over a very small bet, just $1.50. Instead of brushing it off like adults, the situation escalated. Viner decided to get revenge. He reached out to a person known in certain circles as a professional swatter, a man named Tyler Barris from California. Barris had a reputation. He had swatted people many times before. He knew exactly how to make fake emergency calls sound believable. Using information from the argument, Barris made that fateful call to Wichita police. He gave them Andrew's address, which Gaskill had apparently provided as a fake or wrong address during the feud. None of them knew Andrew Finch. None of them cared who lived there. They just wanted to harass the other player. This is the core of the tragedy. A tiny gaming dispute, a $1.50 bet, turned into a deadly chain of events because 3 individuals chose to escalate it in the worst possible way. Let me give you more background on the key people involved so you understand the full picture. Tyler Barris was 31 years old at the time. He was already well known to law enforcement for previous swatting incidents. He had a criminal history and had made a hobby, or maybe even a side business, out of making these hoax calls. He would use voice changes, spoofed numbers, and detailed fake stories to trigger SWAT responses across the country. For him, it was about power, control, and getting a thrill from chaos. Casey Viner was the one who hired Barris for this particular SWAT. He was a young gamer who let his anger get the best of him. Shane Gaskill was the original target of the SWAT, but had given out the wrong address, which tragically landed on Andrew Finch's doorstep. After the shooting, the investigation moved quickly. The FBI and local police traced the call. Barris was arrested. Viner and Gaskill were also charged for their roles. In 2019, Tyler Barris pleaded guilty to multiple federal charges, including wire fraud, conspiracy, and charges related to the manslaughter of Andrew Finch. He was sentenced to 20 years in federal prison. That is a long time, but many people, including Andrew's family, felt it still was not enough for taking a life. The city of Wichita faced a lawsuit from Andrew Finch's family. They argued that the police response was too aggressive and that better verification could have prevented the tragedy. In 2023, the city approved a $5 million settlement to Andrew's family, with a significant portion going to support his 2 children. But again, no amount of money can replace a father. Now let's zoom out and talk about what swatting actually is, because a lot of younger viewers or people new to gaming might not fully understand how dangerous this trend has become. Swatting is when someone makes a false emergency call to police, usually reporting a hostage situation, a murder, a bomb threat, or an active shooter, and gives the address of the person they want to target. The goal is to trigger a massive SWAT team response, complete with armed officers, snipers, and sometimes even helicopters or armored vehicles. The victim is often terrified, their home is invaded, their neighbors see everything, and their life is disrupted for hours or days. Swatting has been around since the early 2000s, but exploded in popularity with the rise of online gaming, streaming, and social media. It is often used as revenge in gaming feuds, against streamers, YouTubers, or even just random people someone has a grudge against. What makes it so dangerous is that police have to treat every call as real. They cannot take chances when lives might be at stake, so they show up ready for the worst-case scenario. In Andrew Finch's case, the call was extremely convincing. The details were graphic enough to justify an immediate high-risk response. This is why swatting works as a weapon. It weaponizes the emergency services system against innocent people. There have been many other swatting incidents before and after Andrew's death. Some famous streamers like Dr. Disrespect, XQC, and others have been swatted live on stream. In some cases, SWAT teams burst into homes while thousands watched online. But Andrew's case stands out because it ended in death. It showed the ultimate consequence. I want to take some time to talk about the human impact beyond the headlines. Andrew Finch left behind 2 small children who will never get to grow up with their father. His partner lost the love of her life. His parents lost their son. Extended family and friends lost someone they cared about. All because 3 people thought it was okay to play with police and emergency services over a video game. Imagine being Andrew for a moment. You are home, relaxing, and suddenly there are police lights and loud commands outside. You step out to cooperate and clarify the misunderstanding, and the next thing you know, you are shot. No warning, no chance to explain, gone in seconds. That is the nightmare his family lives with. On the other side, the officers involved were also traumatized. Officer Justin Rapp, the one who fired the shot, believed based on the information he had that there was an active shooter. He has to live with the fact that he killed an innocent man. The entire police department faced scrutiny and criticism. This is why swatting does not just hurt the victim. It hurts everyone involved, including the first responders who are doing their job based on bad information. Let's discuss the legal side more deeply. Swatting is a serious federal crime in the United States. It falls under wire fraud, making false statements to law enforcement, and can include charges for any harm that results, including injury or death. After Andrew's case, penalties for swatting were strengthened. Many states passed new laws specifically targeting swatting with higher fines and longer prison sentences. The FBI now actively investigates swatting rings, especially those that cross state lines, which is common because the caller is often in a different state from the victim. Tyler Barris's 20-year sentence set a precedent. It sent a message that if your swatting leads to death, you will be held accountable for manslaughter or similar charges. However, enforcement is still difficult. Many swatters use VPNs, spoofed numbers, and voice changes. It can take significant resources to track them down. Now I want to get personal. As Dog Day representing myself, Israel, on this channel, this story bothers me on a deep level. I love gaming. I love the internet. I love the community and the friendships that form online. But I also see the dark side every single day. The toxicity, the doxing, the death threats, the swatting jokes. People type things in game chats or Discord servers that they would never say in real life. They think it is anonymous. They think there are no consequences. Andrew Finch's story proves there are consequences, and they can be permanent. If you are watching this, and you have ever thought about swatting someone, or even joked about it in a lobby, I need you to stop right now. It is not funny, it is not harmless. You have no idea who lives at that address. You have no idea if they have kids, elderly parents, or health issues. You have no idea how the police will respond. One bad decision can end a life. Even if the SWAT does not result in death, the trauma is real. People lose their jobs, their reputations, their sense of safety. Children can be scarred for life seeing their home raided. Pets have been killed in some incidents. The financial cost to the victim and to taxpayers is enormous. Here are some practical things we can all do to fight back against this. First, if you see someone in a game or Discord talking about swatting or doxing, call it out or report it immediately. Do not stay silent. Second, gaming platforms and Discord need better moderation and faster account bans for threats. Third, if you are a streamer or content creator, consider using services that help protect your address and personal information. Fourth, parents, talk to your kids about online behavior. Teach them that the person on the other side of the screen is a real human being. Fifth, support organizations or petitions that push for stronger anti-swatting laws and better police training on handling these calls, like improved call verification protocols. There is more to this story that many people do not know. Before the Andrew Finch incident, Tyler Barris had swatted people in multiple states. He once swatted a man in Oklahoma over a dispute in a game called Rainbow Six Siege. That time no one died, but the victim was arrested and held for hours. Barris also targeted journalists and other public figures. He was a repeat offender, which is why his sentence was so long. After the sentencing, Andrew's family spoke publicly about their loss. They wanted the focus to be on prevention, so no other family has to go through what they did. The gaming community raised awareness, with some big names speaking out against swatting. But the problem has not gone away. Even in 2025 and 2026, there are still reports of swatting incidents, especially against streamers during live broadcasts. The technology to make fake calls has gotten more sophisticated with AI voice cloning and better spoofing tools. This means we all have to stay vigilant. Let me paint a broader picture of online toxicity. Swatting is just one extreme example. We also have doxing, where personal information is leaked, cyberbullying that leads to mental health crises, coordinated harassment campaigns. All of these things spill from the screen into real life. As someone who runs a YouTube channel, I feel a responsibility to use this platform for good, not just for entertainment. That is why I am dedicating this long video to this topic. I want this to be more than just a story recap. I want it to spark real conversations in your friend groups, in your Discord servers, and in comment sections. If even one person decides not to escalate a petty argument because of this video, then it was worth it. Andrew Finch was only 28. He had his whole life ahead of him. His kids were young and needed their dad. Think about all the milestones he missed. Birthdays, school events, graduations, weddings. Those moments were stolen over $1.50. Let that fact sit with you. To Andrew's family, if you ever see this, I want to say thank you for your strength in sharing his story and fighting for change. Your loss has educated thousands of people through videos like this one. To the gaming community, we can be competitive without being destructive. Trash talk is one thing, taking it to real-world harm is something else entirely. Let's build each other up instead of tearing each other down. To law enforcement, thank you for the dangerous work you do. Swatting makes your job harder and more dangerous too. Continued training and technology to verify calls will save lives. To everyone watching, if you have been a victim of swatting or harassment, I am sorry. You are not alone. Seek help if you need it. Report everything. This has been a long video, and I appreciate you staying with me until the end. It was important to go this deep so the full weight of the story lands. Swatting is not a meme. It is not content. It is a crime that destroys lives. Rest in peace, Andrew Finch. Your name and your story will continue to be told on this channel and beyond so that others can learn. What are your thoughts? Have you witnessed swatting threats or toxicity in games? Share respectfully in the comments. If this video helped you understand the issue better, please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. We need more awareness. This is Dog Day signing off. Stay safe, stay kind, and think before you act online. Peace.